Hi everybody, welcome to IPO Stocks channel. Today I present you a new episode. Specifically, I will give you 5 top 3D printing stocks for 2021. So these strong 3D printer stocks have excellent momentum and they have good growth as well. And I think the 3D printing space is just getting started. Recently, we have seen very strong performances in this strong sector. So I think it definitely makes sense to watch that video until the end and have a look with me at all of these strong 3D printer stocks. So before I start right off with the first stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also so that you do not miss part 2 of the 3D printer stocks which I will be releasing soon. Okay, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first 3D printer stock for 2021. And it is, as you can see it in the charts, PYR, Pyrogenesis Canada. Here you can see the long-term chart of Pyrogenesis Canada. And as you can see, let's say from 2017, in 2017 here we had a strong uptrend, and then this lasted until June 2017, and then we have been in a sideways moving phase. And last year we had a breakdown in the stock, and we made the low together with the Corona low, or the March 2020 low, when we could reverse in Pyrogenesis, trade to the upside, break this sideways moving downtrend here. We broke the traded over the moving averages, and we formed a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And recently you see here we had a base building phase, a longer base building phase period of pause in that uptrend here, which lasted from around July 2020 until we could finally break out around February 2021. And recently you see since the start of the year the stock has trading to the upside quite strongly. I mean, we are up over 200% in that stock. This is quite a strong momentum for only 2.5 months trading. So Pyrogenesis is looking excellent from a technical standpoint and from a momentum perspective. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's sluggish. It's minus 416%, but the sales growth is super strong with 322%. And the relative strength rating, it's excellent with 99. And with this kind of a strong relative strength rating and good sales growth, I think Pyrogenesis is definitely a top 3D printer stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Pyrogenesis. Now let's have a look at the next strong 3D printer stock for 2021, and it is XONE, XONE. Here you can see the long-term chart of XONE, and as you can see, for quite some years we have been moving sideways overall in XONE. And last year we had a Corona breakdown as well in XONE, like the overall market, and we made the Corona low around March 2020. We reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and broke that sideways moving trend here. We jumped over the moving average or traded over the moving averages, and then traded to the upside. And recently we have been forming a very strong momentum move in XONE. I mean, this you can see in the short-term chart here. We had that sideways moving phase here, period of pause in that building uptrend, and around start of this year we could break out of that sideways moving phase and trade strongly to the upside. Very strong move. I mean, we traded from around $12 to $64, and now we came back in XONE. Now it looks like we are bouncing of the 20-day moving average, or as if we could bounce of the 20-day moving average. and yeah, continue with that strong of a momentum move in XONE. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's sluggish, it's minus 16%, and the sales growth, it's good with plus 16%, and the relative strength rating, it's good as well with 93. So with these characteristics, I think XONE is also a good 3D printer stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for XONE. Now let's have a look at the next 3D printer stock for 2021, and it is DDD 3D Systems. Here you can see the long-term chart of 3D Systems, and as you can see, yeah, we have been moving downtrending for quite some time in 3D printer stock, or 3D no, in 3D Systems, and you can see as well, yeah, we made the recent low September 2020. Still, we have been moving down downtrending still till September 2020. We made the low, reversed from that low, traded to the upside, broke the downtrend here, the moving averages, the downtrending moving average. We could break them in November 2020. Continued to trade to the upside, and now we could form a nice and very strong momentum uptrend. And also you can see as well now the moving average, the long-term moving average here in the long-term chart are stacking up to the upside, and also in the short-term chart we see that as well. We see here we had a sideways moving phase, and then the breakout which occurred, a strong breakout on January 7th, 2021, and a strong volume breakout, or yeah, volume up there, very strong volume. And yeah, and since then we have been trading strongly to the upside in DDD. And yeah, recently we came back a little bit. I mean, we had the high here around $55, came back to $43, and now it looks like we could bounce off the 20-day moving average. And overall, you can see since the breakout, let's say from around 7th January this year, we traded around $11. Now we traded up to $55. Now we're coming back, same like in XONE. Very strong momentum moves in these 3D printer stocks at the moment, so I think it's an exciting time to get on board. Clearly, I think the insiders are getting into these stocks and yeah, and moving them higher and higher. Okay, so when we look at the growth characteristics for DDD, the EPS growth, it's very strong with 182%. Sales growth is a little bit sluggish with minus 21%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay with 88. So I think with these characteristics and with such a strong short-term momentum move, I think DDD is definitely a top 3D printer stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for DDD. Now let's have a look at the next 3D printing stock, and it is MTLS, Materialize, NV. Here you can see the long-term chart of Materialize, and as you can see, yeah, Materialize was an IPO in June 2014, so it's not that old, it's kind of around 7 years. And one quick note, yeah, why do I always look around about the IPO date? Because in their first 10 years after their IPOs, 95% of the super performance of very strong performing stocks is happening in the first 10 years after their IPO date. So it definitely makes sense if you watch out for young companies with good growth or very strong growth and strong momentum behind them, because they could be in their high performance phase, and they could have they could increase multiple fold. So yeah, always watch out for young, strong companies. Yeah, and after its IPO, we had a downtrend in Materialize, and then we could reverse and form an uptrend, overall uptrend, but for quite some time the up move was not so strong and it was volatile, yeah. And especially last year we had also a Corona breakdown and Materialize, and we made the low like many other stocks in March 2020, reversed from that low, traded to the upside. We broke that sideways moving trend. We traded over the moving averages and traded to the upside formed a nice and strong uptrend. And you see as well that with that uptrend, the moving averages are stacking up to the upside, one above the other. So it's a strong sign for materialize. When we look in the short-term chart, you can see an uptrend here. For instance, here we bounced around the 50-day to the upside. Here we undercut it a little bit and then we bounced to the upside. You can see in the long-term chart this low. Here we bounced off the 100-day moving average to the upside, traded to the upside. Then again, here we bounced off the 50-day, which would be here. Bounced off the 50-day to the upside, came back. Then we kind of bounced off the 100-day moving average. We undercut it swiftly, but still we could bounce, trade it, and we traded to the upside. And yeah, here like we bounced also around the 100-day, between the 100-day and 50-day moving average, traded to the upside. And yeah, now we came back a little bit. We are trading around the 50-day, or recently we traded around the 50-day. You see we had a small bounce. So I think this entry level at this price level at the moment is an attractive entry level for materialize. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's sluggish, it's minus 220%, and the sales growth, it's also not the best, it's minus 19%. But the relative strength rating, it's okay with 87. And I mean, it's in the hot 3D printer space, which has been a very strong performer. So I think Materialize is also a strong 3D printer stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Materialize. Now we come to the last 3D printer stock for 2021 for today. And it is EVK. Everglory International. Here you can see the long-term chart of Everglory, and as you can see with the price move and overall that this is a thinly traded stock. It looks like a thinly traded stock. So this stock is not without risk, I have to say that, but currently it's a penny stock, yeah, below $5 or below $8. So it's a more risky stock, but it has also more potential if you get on board quick early on. But still, this is not without risky stock, so I do not recommend it over. So before you choose a stock like that, do your research and also be prepared. You could have stronger losses with stocks like these. Okay, so and you see here we had a downtrend from around October 2019, and we made the low with that downtrend in May 2020. We reversed, had a strong upside move, then came back strongly, but still we had an upside move, and overall the stock is trending up now, and now the moving average here are stacking to the upside. The short-term chart, you see that up move here, you see strong breakout, came back, traded back, strong breakout, somebody moved into the stock maybe, then immediately we came back, but still now we are bouncing off the 50-day moving edge. Here we bounced of it, here we kind of bounced of the 40-day, here of the 30-day, here of the 30-day again bounced to the upside, and here of the 50-day. So I think this level is still a low entry level, and you see, I mean, you can see it, we traded at $8, now we are trading at $4 in Everglory. I mean, this you can see can come back quite heavily, so it's not without risk, but still it looks like it wants to trade to the upside. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's not the strongest, it's minus 307%, and so is the sales growth, is minus 32%, and the relative strength rating, it's okay. And so I think Everglory is also a good 3D printer stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the 3D printer stocks for 2021 for today. I hope in that video is a nice 3D printer stock for you, which you can use for your research. And also, please subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below, so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also that you do not miss part 2 of the top 3D printer stock for 2021, which I will be releasing soon. Okay, thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again in the future. And I think this year will be an exciting stock trading year with all that fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world. So I think it definitely pays if you watch out for many good stocks, because I think at the end of the year we could see dramatically higher stock prices. Okay, I hope to see you again soon, and cheers and goodbye.